So here we have the final boss of the game, and let's just break down what he said, because it really kind of falls apart when you start to examine it. On the surface, it sounds good and reasonable, but it's not. So Garland was born like 2,000 years in the future minus, say, 25. We'll say he's 25 years old. So he's born 2,000 minus 25 into the future. He gets to that point, 2,000 years in the future, where the Warriors of Light defeat him, and the Fiends of Chaos send him backwards. Now at that point, Garland plans to send the Fiends of Chaos forwards in time, at which point he will become the embodiment of Chaos, which is what we're fighting now. Here's the problem. He said that he already sent them into the future, and yet we had to fight them in order to get to him. So that's not what's actually going on. That may have been his plan, but that's not what's actually going on. And further than that, as soon as he becomes Chaos, even if he can rule for eternity as Chaos, he is still not Garland. So what happens is, Warriors of Light, we're fighting Chaos now, we will defeat him. Chaos is always defeated 2,000 years in the past. And the Fiends, having been defeated in the past as well, slink off to the shrines where they rest and slip into a coma and hibernate for hundreds, if not thousands of years, slowly waking up. First Tiamat, 400 years in the past, then the Kraken, 200 years in the past, then the Lich in the present day, 200 years in the future from where we are now, 2,000 years in the future from where we are now, and then Merilith intended to wake up 200 years after that, but because we interrupted and defeated the Lich before the cycle could complete, then Merilith gets woken up early, and so on. So that's what's actually going on. And they have never fixed that in any version of this game. They've cleaned up the script, sure, but it's still the same as it is now as it was when this game came out 32 years ago in Japan. And it just boggles my mind that there is such a massive plot hole in the ending. And yet they've never once fixed it, despite remaking this game 3, if not more, times. And, anyways, I'm going to take out my frustration by killing Chaos now, so let's do it. Let's do our usual haste and saber. And let's go ahead and do a Protera on the party. And let's get that haste out. Because this guy, he's not fooling around. He can hit hard. Now, we should be overpowered enough that he shouldn't pose too much trouble to us. But still, oh boy. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad damage at all. And now, Candle can hit. Jack can use the Giant's Gloves. Jill will use Null Shock. Yes. And we will use Flare. 18 hits for 1,223 damage, so that's not bad. He's got 20,000 health, so at this time it's going to take like 15 more rounds to defeat him. But we'll see once Jack starts hitting as well as Carl and his Flare. So that's 539. So yeah, with Jack in there, that's like 2,000 or more health going down every turn for him. Let us go ahead and attack. Let's do a Healaga to get everybody back up. And let's do that Flare. Alright, yeah, Candle can definitely use some health there. Definitely could use some healing. And 535? What the frick, man? What? Come on. You can do twice that. I know you can do twice that. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Let's do a Null Blaze now. And let's do that Flare. Oof. Okay, a little bit of a hit there. 66? What the frickin' hell is going on, man? Oh, his attack power is tied to his HP. I'm an idiot. Durr. That's the special thing about his sword. His attack power is tied to his HP. So the lower the HP, that's why he's not hitting hard. Okay. Now I know what's going on. Let's go ahead and pop a Kiraja on him. And let's do a flare. Slow Rod, not good. I'm gonna want to put a heal back on him. But that will be this next turn, unfortunately. Because we got him all healed up, so that's good. We can now attack at full strength. Alright, let's attack, attack. Let's do Null Frost now. And haste. Gotta get that haste back on him. Okay, Blaze. It goes like this. And not as great as I would hope, but it's not terrible either. Okay, so we got haste on him. Null Frost. There we go. So that's like all the elemental attacks. Attack, attack. Let's do that Hilaga. And let's use some of these Turbo Ethers. Let's put that on Jill. Oof, that was a hit. 1465, not bad. Alright. So far, so good. We can do this. We can take him down, no problem. Let's go ahead and do another Hilaga. Let's get another Turbo Ether. Let's, you know what, screw it. Let's... Fuck it. This is the final fight of the game. Let's go ahead and use that Mega Elixir. And let's, can't do Flare, damn. Let's do Blizzaga then. Thundaga! Ugh. Alright, not bad. Nearly 2,000 damage on that turn. Alright, Mega Elixir. Everybody's back at full! Woo! Alright, attack, attack. Let's do that Hilaga. And Flare. And... Damn, I keep hoping that's going to be the final blow. Just hasn't quite worked out yet. You know, I haven't quite gotten there yet. But it's going to be soon. Very, very soon. Come on, guys. You can kill Chaos. You can kill the devil himself. Alright. Flare! $552. Okay, attack, attack. Let's do that Hilaga and Flare. And not bad. So he's at full strength, does nearly 2,000 damage. Good. Good, good, good. We'll have this fight over in no time. So yeah, I am probably not going to split this up because we're only like 37 minutes in. This fight's almost over. And I don't know, it depends on how long the credits roll. I may end up splitting it into 2 parts just for that. No, not full life, damn it. Hilaga. So yeah, this recording session is what I'm talking about. For this dungeon. Come on. And there we go. Chaos is dead. And we reign supreme! Ha ha. Oh, we have now beaten the game. I didn't even notice. He's got like a third eye on his forehead. Actually, that might be a nose because it looked like he had another set of green eyes above. And there we go. We have now beaten Final Fantasy, so let's watch the ending. With, again, the slowest credit scroll in the world. The time loop was severed at last, except for the fact that it wasn't actually a time loop. The endless struggle that raged over 2,000 years had ended, except it really wasn't an endless struggle, and peace prevailed once more. That at least is true. Okay, that at least is true. When you go back to the present, there's no more monsters. Woo! Because you defeated Chaos. The lights of the 4 crystals, which we restored, of course, restored the forces of wind, water, earth, and fire. So now the sailboat can actually sail properly on the ocean currents and on the winds, which I've never really understood how it can do that before you get those crystals fixed, but you know, it's a video game. Some game logic and so on. It was a mere trick of fate that had given rise to the chain of Garland's wrath. Not really, but yeah, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You could say be poetic about it and say that's what it is. And again, this text scrolls like twice as slow as it really should. I can read it out loud faster than it goes by, and I can read it silently faster than I read out loud. But magnified by the four forces meant to guide our world, that trick of fate also gave birth to the fiends. Not really, because they were in the past. Garland was going to send them to the future, so I mean, they're not really a trick of fate that gave birth to them. Monsters ran rampant, and the world sank into darkness. Pretty sure monsters existed beforehand as well, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, come on, give me that next block of sweet text. But all that is now past. Get it? It's a pun. It's in the past. That's a terrible pun. Why'd they have to put that in there? Why? Just why? Anyways, with the four forces flowing as they were meant, the warriors prepared to cross time and return to the world they knew. A world where Princess Sarah, Queen Jane, and even Garland himself await. Why would Garland be in the future? You know, he's born, he becomes an expert swordsman, he gets corrupted, he kidnaps Princess Sarah and the lute rather. Excuse me. And then the Warriors of Light defeat him, he goes back in time and so on. When was this fateful day that spent time spiraling into a loop? It wasn't. It never actually happened, because there was no fucking loop. Oh my god. Hironobu Sakaguchi, you mad genius. I love you, but you did not understand time travel for this game. None can say when it was, though, because of course it didn't exist. Because it's not a fucking time loop. Oh. Why does nobody ever talk about how broken this game's ending is? I've only ever seen one person talk about it, Casposaurus. It seemed the cycle into which time had fallen would last forever, but the bravery of four young travelers changed that. They took the forces that filled the world with darkness and used them to bathe the world in light. Because they are the Lightbringers. They are the warriors of light. By the way, Lightbringer is an awesome book series. You guys should definitely give it a read if you ever get a chance. It's by Brent Weeks. First book is called The Black Prism. None will ever recall the struggle the four endured for the breaking of the chain. Means that it never existed, because it never existed in the first place, as I keep saying over and over and over again. How many times do I have to rant about this game? You are wrong! Oh. Well, either way. I may end up having to split this off into two parts because we're at like 45 minutes already almost. But within the tales of fantasy that people tell, the memory of their deeds lives on. Yes, the memory of their deeds does in fact live on, unless your name is Hironobu Sakaguchi, who does not get any credit in this game, which sucks because he led the original team. Tales of dwarves and elves, of dragons and shining civilizations that reached for the heavens even as they fell. It doesn't even get a special thanks, and that I think just really sucks. I would hate if somebody did that to me, like took my work and remade it later on and didn't even mention me at all. And now their return is upon us. Whose return? The return of fantasies that were once final, but are no longer, because there will never be a Final Fantasy. With the memory of their struggle buried deep in their hearts, they will quietly watch over our world, Oh, they're talking about the Warriors of Light, I think. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. I remember always that the forces of the world must be used as they were intended. That the power of light must never be used for dark, and that the true crystals reside in your heart. See, the friendship, it was all about friendship. The power was in you all along. It just feels so trite. But this game, I mean, you gotta remember, 1987, there really wasn't anything much before this in this kind of style besides Dragon Quest, and the story there was like almost non-existent. But we are the warrior who crossed time. Yeah, 1987, this was a masterpiece for the time. It doesn't really hold up so well in the narrative department anymore, and even in the gameplay department, but it's still well worth playing if you're a fan of JRPGs and Final Fantasy itself. You are the bringer of light. Oh, look at the pretty pixel birds off in the distance there. So pretty and gorgeous, and oh, I just want to squeeze them and hug them and love them, and there we go, Final Fantasy. The game is now over and the credits will roll. Like I've said, I really do enjoy this game. As much as I harp on the ending, I really, really do enjoy this game. I come back to it every now and again. I've played it like half a dozen times over the past couple years as I've tried to do various projects with it before finally just doing a Let's Play. And, oh, man. I really want this game to come back on Steam. Why the hell haven't you put it on Steam yet, Square? But given how what they've done to 4, 5, and 6, I'm not entirely sure I want them, or 3, 4, 5, and 6, I'm not entirely sure I want them to put 1 and 2 on Steam, because they just ported over the mobile versions, but like without even changing aspect ratios or interfaces or anything like that. And 5 and 6 got the real big shaft because they completely fucked with the art styles for those. So when it comes time to do those games for Let's Plays, I am not going to be playing the PC versions of those games. No, never, nada. Alright. Anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, like I said, this is just your basic, generic JRPG. It's good to play for the legacy, it's good to play if you're a fan, but it's nothing real stellar nowadays. So, with that in mind, I think I'm done here. Alright, I will let the credits roll out. You guys can stop watching if you want, but I'm going to let the credits roll out like I always do. And, I will be back next time with a new game. Probably Final Fantasy II. I do want to run onto that one soon, but I might do something else in the interim, or I might take a short break from Age of Wonders to do something else as well. We shall see. As far as recording, I have not gotten to the point where I usually stall out in Age of Wonders yet, so I don't need to break yet, but by the time this airs, I might have. I don't know. It's just going to depend, because I've recorded more Final Fantasy episodes than I have Age of Wonders right now. So anyways, I shall see you guys in 2 days' time with a new game, either Final Fantasy II or something else. And until then, thanks for watching. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.